Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Last Stand Gamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look at a new ship. Now this ship took a lot of inspiration from my original sort of vertical takeoff design, and you can see that's exactly what we've got here, another vertical takeoff with adjustable sort of engines. Now the whole idea of this build of this ship was trying to get it to work in natural gravity environments so I can prepare it for planets, and I'll show you there at the end just how far I am with it. We can get a takeoff, but it's not a very stable one. But let's have a look around this ship. Now you may notice that I've used wheels for landing gears, and the reason for this is that I don't tend to land my crafts very sort of safely. So using one of these will simply just snap off, and using this means we can actually come to a more rolling sort of landing, and then we activate the wheels and the gravity will actually stop us from moving rather than having to lock ourselves in place. So that's just a really useful factor, something that people are going to really have to take in consideration when it comes to planets. Are they going to go with a standard landing gear, or are they going to go with one of these that can actually take a little bit more damage and allow us to roll and do even rolling takeoffs from planets? I don't know, we'll have to see what people think. So as we come to the cockpit, you can see we've gone with a nice sort of curved design that slopes down into the sort of under sort of wing cells. We don't know if aerodynamics or anything is going to pay too much attention on planets, but I thought I'd try to curve it in the best I could. Then we come to both the cells on both sides that are, well, triple sort of sage thrusters here. We've got the industrial pack with maximum power to lift this ship off the ground in most of the situations. And just behind there, we have a quad rocket launcher to do a little bit of firepower when you need it. So as we come around to the back of the ship, originally you can see the original line that had it curve up, but then I saw this amazing door on the workshop, and this is just solves so many problems. All them times that it took me to build really complex ramps, and now it's as simple as just placing this block in, and it just does that just like a door. So now that we're actually in the hull of the ship, we've got a rear cargo container at the back, we've got the gyroscope stored behind a little bit of mesh, some cargo containers, and now this is what I mean about these landing gears taking up a massive amount of space. Think of all this space here that could be for storage or something else for this ship, but it's just taken up with landing gears. But still, it's a very fun concept on this design. Now as we come a little bit more forward, you can see we've got the reactors on both sides, and we enter into the cockpit. So this first takeoff I'm going to do and landing is going to be without the natural gravity mod actually on. So we'll attempt to do it. So it's as easy as just thrusting up. You can see we're actually lifting ourselves without using the big thrusters on the side, and we can rotate them forward if we wish, so we can fly manually and use them as a bit of a boost. Oh, it looks so smooth. And you can see we've got the tailpiece at the back, not really doing anything, but more of a cool looking ship as usual. We can retract up the rear landing gears into the hull of the ship, so it's nice and smooth. I can't retract the front one because I've just not found a space to actually put it in, and we can also seal them landing gears off at the back, so it makes a nice airtight seal. And now once we're done, we can actually just begin our flight away. We can also engage our much larger thrusters. That'll give us a little bit more power. You can see them starting to pulse up. So now we've kind of taken it off in easy mode, we're going to try to activate natural gravity. You see we've got a generator here. We're going to quickly hop into the menu, and we're going to stick in the target line, small, and this will activate natural gravity on small ships, and you can see it's taken over. And to prove this, I'll hop inside and we'll just try to lift it up using the smaller thrusters. That was previously possible. So we'll head into the front of the ship, we'll hop in here, and we're going to try to use them under thrust, and you can see we can't take off at all. And we can see if I try to thrust forward with the rear engines, we don't actually have to disengage our landing brake. We'll also rotate our thrusters into the correct vertical takeoff position as well. So we're going to try to take this off using the natural gravity. My previous attempts haven't been very good. So first thing first, we need to make sure our wheel brake's engaged. We're not going to be moving forward or drifting. Perfect. Then we'll start powering up this rear engine. Now, one of the problems I had with this was if I don't balance this enough, the engine bays, because they're so powerful, will actually tilt forward and we'll start bouncing into the ground. But we'll try to take this off, increasing the thrust slowly. You can see the engines are actually taking over, and we're going to start to get a little bit of lift. You can see some of the weights being sort of revealed off the landing gears. Let's just keep pushing it up. You can see there's the problem. There's the exact problem. So much thrust that it turns the engines forward. I have got a way of fixing this though. I'll show you. I'll just cut these engines by going into the menu, and all we have to do here is find the rotors. So once we've got our rotors selected like this, we can actually find the current angle, and we can lock them in place by allowing them to move into that position, and we'll reverse that into 190. So now these won't move out of place, and we can increase the thrust, and we can take the back off, but it just looks like we've just not got enough thrust to actually lift it off the ground safely. We'll try using the under thrust as well, We'll try pulling that up. Yeah, we're getting pulled. Oh, the nose is getting pulled in. This is not good. This is not good. I could fail here. 6, 6, 6, 6. Power it down before our nose goes dipping in. Oh, it looks like we've took some serious damage here. Let's try one more attempt to try getting off the ground using the same method. But you can just see how hard it is to use natural gravity and get a big ship like this off. If you've got a much smaller ship of an easier design, it's a lot easier to take it off. But when you're trying to take something bigger off like this, that's more stylized, it's a lot harder, especially balancing the weight and the power ratio. So let's actually try bringing the nose out using the gyros. And then you can see just the slightest inconsistency in the weight to one side will pull the ship over. So we'll just power this up. And we'll try to balance this over, and yeah, it's pulling over. It's really fighting us to take off. There we go. Yeah, it looks like we failed to even get off the ground in this attempt with the gyroscopes. Maybe we need more thrust, I don't know. Well, maybe some of you guys will have a better sort of answer of how we can balance this ship out. Or maybe it's just such an early stage at the moment in Space Engineers. Look at that crash. It's like a proper bad crash site. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. It's not been too successful in taking off with natural gravity today, but I'm going to continue working on it, and hopefully we'll get a vertical takeoff design that can work in the natural sort of gravity environment.